fans of Rando, and welcome to another presentation of the Go Mode Podcast Mentor Tournament 2026. This is week 3. It's time for our mentees to get just a little bit stronger. Let's do some casual boots. I am Taylor116, and joining me in the booth is Karjan. How's it going?
Pretty good. Looking forward to this race.
Yeah, so we've done some open, we did some assured sword, and now we're just going to push the progression just a little bit farther with some casual boots. Nice standard start. We get the boots to go and a sword with another 7-7 defeating Ganon. So, yeah, this is kind of the mode that a lot of runners will cut their teeth on, so let's see what they can do with some speed.
It's always a chore to remember that you have boots from the very beginning.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of... It's not uncommon to be like, oh yeah, I have boots, and, you know, they'll start with some walking and then they'll eventually move on. Our two runners for this for the running today, we have Max being mentored by Gumby, and then we have DJ also being mentored by a Scatsman. And I know the gate was going to get dropped right at the top of the hour, so both our runners, I believe, are readying up, so we're just getting ready for the countdown to start, and then we will go ahead and head on. To answer a question in chat. You wrote for both of them. And here we go.
I always love Uncle's opening text.
Alright, so yeah, we're going to have your basic standard start here. We're going to do the high roll escape sequence. We're going to get Zelda, take her to the sanctuary. Without boots, this is about a 6-minute. With boots, you're kind of looking, for some of the advanced runners, you're looking to hit the 5-minute mark. But we'll see. I have not ever hit a 5-minute mark, so this is me trying to encourage myself to do it too. It's a nice bow.
Yeah, I was about to say. Now we've got another weapon, although no arrows to use it with.
DJ actually gets a good drop of 5 arrows there. That might speed up killing some of the enemies, especially the ball and chain guard.
Yeah, I don't remember how many arrows you need for the ball and chain guard, but I'm pretty sure it's easier than using just the sword.
Yeah, it takes 4 basic arrows to put the ball and chain guard down, but even if it's not faster, and it very much is, it's definitely safer. You don't have to worry about getting caught from that guard doing a solid heart of damage every time.
And you can also throw a pot at it and then shove a couple arrows in him.
Both runners going for that nice sword spin technique to try to force the guard down toward that door, minimizing time that it takes to grab the key and then get through it. DJ is a little bit cleaner, but Max got it as well.
Yep. And because we have boots, we don't need to care about finding bomb drops here in Escape, because we can still get those items in the back.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point there. Yeah, no one wants to have to come back to get the items in the back of Escape, so having those boots will just mitigate that problem. Nice can of burner there. It's a nice safety item.
Yeah, so far we've actually pulled decent items out of here.
Yeah, giving our tracker something to do early is kind of nice. I'm going to shout out Haiku early. Thank you so much for doing the tracking. Okay.
And the glove! Who rolled this seed, and can they roll mine from now on?
DJ doing the right thing, catching the fact that Zelda hadn't quite latched onto his sprite yet. There have been, I mean, I have seen it in races where runners have gotten all the way back up to the throne room and realized, oh, Zelda didn't follow me. and the game will not let you progress until you do. So good job catching that little trip.
Both of them seem to be remembering the faster way out of escape with the boots.
Yep, definitely want those long dash lines as long as you can, just using all of the boots' abilities as much as you can to try to get out of here as quick as possible and back into the open world. It'd be interesting to see whether Eastern is a crystal or a pennant if any of the runners want to rush it super early.
Yeah, I was about to say, with that bow, do you just save and quit it at the Sanctuary and then just head over to Sasha Eastern?
No, even if it's a crystal, I don't think I do, because anything you find in Kakariko, you're going to do Kakariko anyway. It's not like it's going to save you time because you end up not doing it. And anything you find in Kakariko could potentially help you. Armor, hearts, another sword, a lamp especially, or even a fire rod. Anything like that just makes Eastern even faster. So I don't think there's a reason to just go rush it immediately.
So Dark Cross is going to be our key, because we can't advance without it. And we have a map still outstanding. Do you think our luck will continue with these good items, though?
DJ just missing that dash line just by a little bit. He tapped up before he started holding up the dash. Man, that's a pretty stacked escape. Bow and glove by itself. Burna's fine too, but for some logic implications. But the bow and glove early has got to feel pretty good.
Nice catch of that key rat on DJ's side.
Oh my actual goodness, what are we doing?
Okay, I was about to say, if there's Pearl back here, I'm just gonna lose it.
I tell you what, if I'm these runners at this point, I would almost be afraid to see a Pearl, because then you're cracking both worlds wide open, and what do you do? Like, it becomes a game of efficiency. Like, how efficient can you clear the most in one pass-through? Because there would be so much. You almost want to be funneled a little bit trying to determine what to do. You crack both worlds wide open, and oof. All right, 533 for Max. Good escape. Just $5 for the trouble. Yeah, 541 right behind them is DJ. Good escape for both runners.
Yeah, for sure. And thankfully, no Pearl yet. Max remembering to do bonk rocks. We have a 3 crystal light world.
Nice silvers, dude. All right.
Okay. This steed is stacked. So time for Kakariko to come up empty, right?
I'd be almost afraid of it, yeah, but I still would do it in this scenario. But
Oh, yeah,
I agree.
absolutely.
As much as you've gotten, I would think it would be pretty empty too.
So we have Max heading up to check Lumberjack, and oh, I thought DJ was just going to slip around.
Yeah, at first I thought so too, and then I think maybe either they got mentioned, maybe go do that, or they just, oh, I can go check that.
Yeah, considering you start with a sword and boots, you're starting with Aga slightly more likely to be in logic quickly. But we don't have to worry about it for the Lumberjack at least.
Yeah, with the start items they found in Escape, it would be rather cruel if this ended up being an Agaseed.
Now Max has a single arrow to use.
That's the only one he needs. Shout out to Zeruvian for that single arrow. A known fan of that particular item. So one thing that has been lacking so far is money and bombs. Despite all the value that we did get out of the Escape, none of those items really popped up. So Max skipped it. We'll see if DJ wants to go get it. The pile of rocks next to this fortune teller house, if you bonk into it from the side, will always drop a bomb. Always. Yeah, you can see that their bomb count went up. So yeah, okay, I like this idea. Go in, come back out, do it one more time. Now you've got 2 bombs for both of the 5-item caves the north of Kakariko, and hopefully you can find some from there on out. So I really like that heads-up play from DJ there. Didn't really matter. There's some bombs in the well, of course.
There always is when you don't need them, and there never is when you need them.
Right? Okay, there's something trackable.
So now we've got the flippers checks all in logic, and basically no money.
Yeah, the money from the back of Blind's Hut and then also from the well is going to be enough to knock out the bottle vendor with no problem. But nothing really pushing Zor quite yet.
Bug net from bottle vendor.
Sure, I mean, it's got its uses, it's fine. You can beat Aga with it if you really want to.
Other than that, oh
there
no.
it is. There it is.
I was about to say, other than that, we've found nothing. Correct. Call me corrected.
Well now.
So, now you have basically everything open. Dark Village?
I think this is an interesting opportunity for the mentors and the runners both to be like, okay, now you decide what sounds best to you. Because there isn't really a wrong answer yet, right? You can go to Eastern and beat it and get your crystal out of logic without a light source, and it can take longer. You can, I mean, if you want to be silly, you can go beat Pod. I would not encourage that right now. You can go to the Dark Village. You can go Hype Cave. You can go down to the Dam and Mini Moldorm. There's a plethora of things these runners can do, and all of them essentially are right choices. I think it's
Now,
an interesting.
if only we could find a mirror to make a whole bunch of these choices better.
Oh yeah, if you can find a mirror, you absolutely start Fu, and you just double shot the entire way through the world at that point, without a doubt.
Looks like Max has decided to go head into Village of Outcasts. A little bit of hesitation on DJ's side, but looks like he might be heading that way too.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with this. You get an eye on a Dark World map to try to see your pendants and dungeons. You can beat Thieves Town in logic, no problem. There's plenty of things to check. You can go work your way yourself down to Hype Cave. Like, there's lots you can do here. So I'm not against this play at all. Speaking of which, alright, so we got Pendant, Mire, and Ice Palace, and then Green Pendant Skullwoods is interesting.
And Red Crystal Pod.
Gross.
So our red crystals today are Hera and Pod. Hey, at least Thieves Town's a crystal.
Yeah, and Max wasting no time running right into Thieves Town and going for it. That's a little surprising. I almost would have done the things in Fu because, again, a sword, one piece of mail, another heart container can make a big difference.
Yeah, this is a Dark World dungeon, and it can get a little hairy in here if you're not entirely confident, but hey, if you know it, you know it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of having the confidence in your abilities and just going for it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, he's not missing out on much in chess game. It was only 10 arrows there. There's a sword for DJ in the brewery.
Yeah, the Boss of Thieves Town blind needs 9 hits from anything that will do damage to it. It doesn't matter if it's a sword, a hammer, a burna, it just takes 9 hits. So the additional firepower from the sword's not going to affect blind that much, but it will make traversing that dungeon much, much easier.
And
Nice.
the fire rod. Okay. Again, not something that really affects dipping thieves, but nice finds.
Yeah, it's a great find. If you want to do Green Pendant, Skullwoods, especially since you haven't been to the eastern area, that's on the table now. It makes Dark Pod exponentially easier for that turtle room. Yeah, that fire rod is pretty great. And I suspect that Max will go into Vu and get those items after this, so...
Oh,
but
absolutely.
It's still really, really nice to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Max doing a really good job taking it easy in that room. Being real careful. Those crickets will do 2 hearts, and that would be death, but is able to get the wall blown open and get the item. Yeah, we were talking about the dangers of this dungeon getting DJ.
Yep. And looks like DJ is calling it quits for now until he has better equipment, which, fair. Very fair. Also, so far not likely to burn him at all because we haven't seen anything of real value out of here.
Just some bombs in the game. Luckily, it was at least quick.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't think that heart container and that big chest as much, but for Max, it probably is a pretty welcome sight. There's still pretty low health and equipment here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where'd the heart difference come from?
I believe there's 2 heart containers in Thieves Town. There's at least one, but I think either it's heart container or the last heart piece they needed for a refill.
Fair.
Right, stumping, not holding on to much. And all right, here we go. Burna's going to be a huge win, I think, for this blind fight. But let's see how the script looks. Or not.
Looks like he's just trying to take it safe. The best way he knows how.
Yep, 3 hearts, so he's good for at least one other hit, no matter what.
Pretty good job dodging
There
so
you go.
far.
Yeah, great job dodging and immediately going into that 3rd phase, putting that burn on, which is absolutely the right call. I've said this before, and I will continue saying it. If you have safeties, use them. There's no bonus points at the end of the run because you didn't use your bottles. Nice rod in Hype Cave, by the way. Dying is slow. If you have it, use it. There's no shame in it.
Well, no ice rod hunt today.
Yeah, so first crystal for Max. Great job in that fight and getting through it. We'll now pick up their bounty of things in Boo, or lack thereof. And then we'll see where they want to go next.
Yeah, 17-minute crystal. Well done. Let's see if the pyramid has anything for us.
Nice game knowledge there from DJ, remembering that fairy was there and top it off. Nope.
So is he going to head into pod or all the way up to catfish? Catfish.
Yep, I like this play. You're never going to be closer than right now. Just knock it out. And then we'll probably see a save and quit, and we'll see what they want to do next.
I think South Shore has some of the better options left.
Oh yeah, for sure. They can pull the dam. There's still mini Muldorm Cave. I have the flippers, so those are areas in Logic, though they're still lacking money by quite a bit.
Yeah, for everything else we've gotten, we've still not even really seen much in the way of money at all here.
Yep. And then there's also Saha Eastern. That fire rod makes Eastern far easier now.
Where's DJ taking this? Oh, are we going to Eastern from this direction?
Maybe just one of the refill from the Sanctuary? Could have been as simple as just selecting the wrong area to start at, and then, well, I've already done it. That's faster than saving and quitting.
True. Looks like Max is going to dip pod.
Max aware, does not have the money for pod.
Oh!
Gonna need a little bit.
That is a hookshot and tempered sword in the back of Saha's hut.
Yeah, we like both of those items.
So if you're confident with Old Man Cave, that does open up quite a bit in the mountain now.
Right, Max finished bonking his head against the tree for enough money to get into pod. I appreciate the dedication to that play. But yeah, I think you hit it right in the head too. If you want to do the mountain out of Logic, there's plenty of things up there and you can do. Including a hair beat, so I wouldn't be against it.
With that early big key in Eastern, going all the way back to Armos is now in Logic. And DJ gets to do the fun strat to get to this chest over here. Just use that hook shot. But only getting compass out of it. And pod is not bow locked.
Which is a real shame because, I mean, both of those bows were super early.
Yeah. Yeah, I just kind of step out of escape and bam, you have silvers already. Alright then. So, compass and map already in Eastern. 2 items left.
3 items left.
Correct, I miscounted. Well, we're starting to get really healthy HP bars on these guys. And the little shield for Max.
Yeah, both of these runners facing dark paths, some worse than others. Those hearts not gonna be turned down.
No, Dark Pod Maze can be very annoying. Well done. Butter Sword at 23.5 minutes. All right.
I heard you like offense. Here's some offense for your offense. Holy cow. Another heads up play by DJ here, knowing if you jump down, you can grab these fairies, top off your health.
Yeah, especially with so few hearts left.
Yeah, they were getting a little low.
So I haven't seen anything show up in Pod yet.
No, Pod's been pretty trash so far.
Pod continues to be trash. Well done finding those chests in the dark, though. The U room can be a little difficult.
I got DJ set up for the quick kill with normal arrows, and then immediately kills the two Armos and remembers, oh yeah, I have silvers. Oops. All right, and there's crystal number 1 for DJ, sacking through Eastern. We'll see where they want to go next. Yeah, those Dodongos giving Max the business in the dark maze, but kills the ones up top. Gets through that. Let's see if they can get through the rest of this. There's one more still trolling around down here.
Yep, hopefully he's careful with his movements.
Okay, you can tell they're trying to spin and take it real slow, hoping that Dodongo just walks across all those sword slashes.
South Shore for DJ now.
There, okay, good job. Way to play it super safe and get that kill, because that had to be nerve-wracking. Really set themselves up nice for the Death Warp, though.
Yep.
All
For a
the
single rupee.
worth. It was all planned. It was all setting up the Death Warp, right? For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
There's some of our money.
that's actually a pretty nice find since you're going down this way.
Yeah, you're almost certain to find that remaining 20 before too long, and then you can have Zora. Nice fairy drop for DJ.
That was very timely.
Okay.
Nice mids. I'm really liking that mountain play now with mids.
Yeah. That's getting you everything on the mountain.
All right, Max is going to go take on the dark basement of Pod here. Probably wishes they had a little magic for at least one fire rod shot. For Dark Turtles, it would make it infinitely easier, but here we go.
Well, so far Max has shown a great deal of skill at taking it slow and steady and getting things worked out well, so...
Nice hammer and spin there. There's 3. There's 4, 5. Oh, there they found it. Great job. Oh, I thought they killed him. I spoke too soon. It's my fault. I'm terrible. There, they got it. Great job with that room.
DJ pulling off a nice water walk here to make things a little faster down in the swimming area.
Max with the key dash in the dark. Well done. Does have to be careful here. They are on green rail. And everything in this fight's going to hit you for 2. I think maybe the fireballs are just 1. Let's not find out. Was that bottle on... Oh, no. Stupid tail. Was that bottle on Hobo, I believe?
No, it was just a piece of heart.
Oh, okay. The bottle came from somewhere else. Yeah, I don't blame Max there. They had made a great attempt at that. They did all the hard stuff, and then Helma just wasn't playing nice. Hopefully they can just come back there with a mirror and knock it in Eastern out.
Absolutely.
Well, now they're going to go to Eastern now, which makes sense. Like, this is something that would be pretty high on the list.
And that means they'll get at least their tempered and hookshot if they do Saha. Because the butter is in Eastern Big Key chest. Nice hook speed. Scamfish just giving a small refund. I think DJ's heading up to the mountain.
Yeah, I like that play. It's, again, out of logic without Fluted Lamp, but that is where the max density is, I think, right now. I don't know anything. Only DJ knows. They are the keeper of the secrets. Yep, nope, got mitts. There you go.
Gullwoods?
Well, they might just be finishing off Themestown, too.
Oh, true. They do have a lot more offense and items. Nope, Skullwoods.
I know nothing.
Neither of us know anything. It's fine, it's fine.
I definitely would have done Themestown here. You've got full magic. You're going to walk into that fight, hack and slash it when it gets dangerous, put on your burner and finish it off. It'll refill you, and then you can come in here and then save and quit out of the back of Skull rather than have to walk through it again.
Yeah, Skull's also your green pendant, and you've already cleared out the eastern area, and you don't have a mirror, so...
Yeah, I still agree, if you're in this area, I would do it, just, I mean, if it is for green pendant too, in the 2 items. And I like what DJ's doing here. You'll start at the back and then fight your way back forward. I think that works in this scenario as well. I would have been happier just doing Themestown. I mean, unless your plan is to also do the Smith Chain, then this is the much better path.
Let's see if he's rewarded with anything. Max is about to be rewarded with his gold sword. Well done, Dark Room on Max's side.
Yeah, Max throughout this has done a real strong... Oh, come on. What is going on with those anti-fairies in that switch?
They just say no.
Yeah, they were. I was gonna say, Max this entire time has shown a really good confidence with execution at a high level, knocking out these dark rooms confidently and not being afraid. That was an excellent moth fight on DJ's side, by the way.
Yeah. And he got one of the 2 items of Skull, so if he finds the next one under the bridge, then he doesn't have to care about the front.
DJ doesn't care anyway.
Apparently.
Yeah, Skullwood's not for me.
Thieves' Town also not for him. Okay. King's Tomb, okay.
Nice rupee count there, representing the Go Mode podcast. Or the 216 podcast, sorry. Wrong podcast. So many podcasts.
Nice Armos fight on Max's side. Bottle Kid just giving us bombs. So now do you think DJ's gonna finish Thieves' Town?
The fact that they chose to come back here, I really hope so.
Well, they're going south. So we've got Max doing South Shore now.
Nice pixel for DJ, hitting the dash. Very nice.
Yeah.
It's just always so clean. Like, when you see it, it just feels right. Max gonna grab their mitts and not much else. Oh, there was the bottle.
Yeah, that was the bottle, apparently. DJ probably feels real nice about that piece of heart refill there.
Yeah, that was a greatly timed refill.
So, given everything that Max has already cleared out, after he finishes the Zora's domain, I think he will probably go up to Mountain.
I would agree with that because I think the only thing blocking that is Lamp or Flute, and I don't know where else that could be that's not the Smith Chain or Ice Palace. And a Lamp and Ice Palace sounds about right, and it also sounds dirty and wrong.
Agina's Cave?
No, that dude never has anything.
Never ever?
No. It's never happened once. Name one time. See, you can't do it.
I can probably name plenty of times if you give me a moment.
No. Surely not.
Nice key dash on DJ's side. Always satisfying when you get those.
Yeah, love a good key dash. Back's also setting up for the nice water walk out of the Ice Shroud Cave. Excellent. Like seeing the newer runners mastering these like beginner kind of strategy ideas and techniques that these are the things you build on.
Nicely done.
Yeah, both runners did that very well. They have that water walk powered, and then if you dive diagonally off those ledges, it'll let you just jump into the water like normal and won't waste it. So then when they came off that waterfall, they were able to immediately go into the water walk.
Max also remembering that since he has flippers, going over the shallow water will remove his water walk.
Yep, DJ going right for that Cannaburna, finishing off blind. Well done.
Yep. And some very nice dodges while he was waiting for blinds to get back up.
Alright, 2 crystals apiece. Basically, our runners are separated by Max has cleared pod, with the exception of the boss. And DJ has dipped into Skull for the boss.
DJ doing Smith Chain.
Yeah, grab the smiths, check hammer pegs, then save and quit unless the mirror's sitting here. And then we'll see what they want to do.
Please, the mirror would be so nice.
If I'm one of these runners, especially DJ, considering where they're at, I'd be begging for a mirror right now. Finish the Smith Chain and take that thing right to Swamp Palace.
Oh, absolutely.
The best I can offer is bombs.
Well, it's blue.
Yay. Alright, Max, where are you going? What's the plan? DJ is committed. They have to turn the Smith in at the very least.
Well, Max is going to clear out King's Tomb for his $50. You know, looking at their items, we don't really need that much more.
Yeah, for sure we're going to need some form of medallion in Samaria.
And the mirror.
And the mirror. And yep, that's it.
And either flute or book, because desert is a crystal.
Yep, great shout.
Well, we're gonna see what Mountain has. And probably the green pendant?
Yeah, I kind of agree. If you've decided to do the green pendant, you probably need to turn it in as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
We'll see if they want to just continue into pod since they're over in this area.
Piece of heart.
Thanks for nothing, dude.
Max doing a nice job on getting through Old Man Cave for another piece of heart. The old men in this seat are just giving out a little bits of love.
Spec item is nothing. DJ stops off for a little bit of tea.
Ice?
It's the logical play.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's a pendant. My fear is you're just going to find the lamp here and be like, yep, it was the mountain. But if it's not, if it's something like the book, and that's what leads to something in desert, I mean, it's going to be a great play.
Yep, let's hope that this play pulls something for DJ.
Yeah, they're very kitted out for it. Nice Samaria sitting there in Paradox. Yeah, but they're well kitted out for this. Gold sword. You know, they've got plenty of hearts.
But they don't have that cane for Icebreaker.
Yeah, how's your IPBJ looking?
Hopefully pretty good. So Paradox had nothing but that cane and a shield.
Max trying to set up that bomb jump was just a little bit too high. Needed to come down just a couple more pixels than they'd been lined up for it. Tech Tac's being terrible, like normal.
And that Dead Rock deciding to try and block him. Like normal.
Nice single bomb kill for both Skull Knights. Very well done.
Yeah, that one's a little deceptive on how easy it looks. Looks like we're gonna head over and clear out Hera.
Yep, I agree. Required crystal. Without a mirror, you can't get back to it, so you kind of have to do it now. Nice bomb jump. Perfectly done. First try. Total gamer move. Well done.
Yeah, that was very nice. So basement has our big key.
Nice. Well done with that hook pot.
Yeah, that was very clean.
Yeah, no early small keys means GJ's got a hook shot around to this area. Again, would not be surprised to see a lamp in this dungeon.
So big chest has our second item in Hera. Considering how difficult it is to get back here, do you go back in and get that big key?
No, I can't.
Well done, Moldorm kill. And just for a piece of heart and a crystal.
The bright side of Ice Palace, just having the dungeon items. Thanks, game.
Of course it does. Why would it have anything useful over here?
Okay, Max making me catch my breath just a little bit with the almost save and quit. It's like, hold on.
I was gonna say, you have the ability to open Turtle Rock and see what you need. Please. Well, not open it. We don't have a medallion yet, but look at it. Because we're only, hopefully, going to need one medallion in this seed, so knowing quickly which one it is would be very nice.
problem that DJ is starting to run into now is having enough magic to break Cold Stare's shell. They'll have the 2 right before the fight, and then if they use the key, they'll have the 3 in that side room. So they might have just enough. But it's to the point where you need to really start counting those calories.
Yep, that's for sure. That anti-fairy, taking some nibbles off the top there. There's Bombos. Betcha DJ would be hoping for that right about now.
Absolutely.
So, is that going to be our key under the doormat? Nope.
Sure ain't.
So we need Quake, the Mirror, and Book or Flute. Ooh, some nice mail there.
Nice
And
mirror.
there's the mirror. So I think Swamp is the best option now.
Yeah,
And-
if you did the Mountain Out of Logic, and you're saying, okay, I believe that the only thing in Ice Palace is the lamp or whatever, then you've got to just go with it at this point. And considering the Swamp's a crystal, this is absolutely the right play.
I don't think we've seen anything out of ice at all.
There's something in the big chest, unfortunately.
Did he not go back and grab that?
No, they went around a different way. Yeah, they're going to be just short on this. They won't have enough to crack Cold Stare's shell. Unless there's a potion I don't realize.
Nope.
At least they realized it before they started the fight.
Yeah, that always feels bad. Looks like DJ's heading to Agina's cave. Max going for Specky Clip.
Beautiful clip.
Beautiful, yeah.
Get in his trash.
Well, you were right this time.
You had me at I'm right. Best boomerang hangout in Swamp Palace.
Oh, you're a Red Boom believer?
Yeah. I like being right. Chat's got it figured out. Yeah, so the lamp's got to be in some pretty gnarly places. So there's the purple chest it could be sitting in. It could be on the boss or the big chest of Ice Palace, which is where I think it is.
Purple chest.
Yeah, I said that in Ice Palace. Is that it? That's it. It could be in Swamp if one of those things are flute. I set up for that bomb diver down.
Single item left in Skull.
Yep, single item less than Skull in Skull.
There's Flute.
There's
so
Flute.
Lamp is the one that's our access to Mountain.
Yeah, and I would bet Max is saying that exact same thing. Okay, the lamp was how we get up there, and it's got to be in one of these terrible places, which they will never care about now.
Exactly.
Yeah, Max is definitely on the path now. They need, what, Quack? That's it?
Yes. Because you have access to desert now. You can beat Pod. He's already beaten Hera. And we just need Quake for TR. So yeah.
Yeah, there are some items left in Swamp, not doing left side, and there's at least one. I know I at least saw the map. I don't know if I saw the compass or not. But if I'm Max, we're just moving on. Go activate the flute, do the Meyer area, check Desert Palace. If you want to do the Smith chain, that would be the time now that they have the mirror. But you were saying it, and I think I was saying it too. You know, the mountain was the play.
Oh, looks like Max is going back in for left side.
It's kind of what we were saying with DJ earlier in Catfish. If you don't do it now, you're never... This is an automatic last location, so...
Yeah, and if that's your Quake medallion, whoopsies.
Oh yeah, for sure. Max taking a moment to just stare at the waterfall, contemplate life, the choices that they've made.
Can't go this way. DJ taking a moment to grab some fairies out of that fairy room on the right side there. Nice remembrance.
Yep, Crit Gaming Knowledge there. I mean, they're going to be facing Dark Turtles here before too long as well.
Yeah, just reset the room, DJ. Those beetles are annoying. Just reset the room.
Nice finale with being Key and Swamp. Gross.
So, 20 rupees in big chest?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Mirror shield.
Even better. The quality.
So now we are fully kitted out.
Alright, Max gonna head over here and activate this flute. I would guess Meyer Desert, very close on their radar.
Yeah.
Could go into Meyer if it's Bombos if they want to. Their options are getting a little more thin. I would knock this out.
Yeah, at least clear out desert.
Yeah, I would clear out desert, and I would even go back and mop up pod and do pyramid fairy first before I did anything with like skull or smith chain or anything like that.
Yeah. So what's our medallion? Nope, also Quake. We are not going to have to care about Meyer at all.
That's great. That has got to be a pretty good feeling too. Yeah, that takes the pedestal off the table, takes Meyer off the table. Like it means your TR is a go mode. Like that's nice.
Yeah, and since I think at this point we're assuming that Ice Palace has the lamp, because we didn't really see anything else in there, that he's probably going to ignore ice unless it's the very last.
Yeah, they don't know that the only thing in there is nothing so far, because there were items we didn't see. So for them, it's still a 3 dungeon item, but I would agree with you. I think you can combo stuff like Skull for the green pendant and Smith Chain together. That, you can do K45 at that point because you haven't touched it. You can go up and do Graveyard Ledge.
Have we seen Bumper?
I have not.
Okay. Well, Bumper and Graveyard Ledge are definitely on the table as possibilities now.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot more possibilities if you go back to that dark west side than trying to push ice at this point. As we reach the hour mark, though, I want to give a shout out to these runners. max2dgam1ng and djhuh42069 are runners. Go ahead and give them a follow, encourage them as they begin to learn this game even more. Also want to shout out our tracker, Haiku, doing all the hard work, so we can just yak about it. Really appreciate that. And Karjan, thanks so much for doing some comms with me.
Yeah. Thanks, Talon, for doing comms with me.
And I guess Furious Prince is doing stuff, too.
I mean, I suppose we can call out the person who's actually putting this whole thing on for us, maybe.
You are the problem. You're a good problem to have. Alright, TJ, going through this dark maze. Doing a really good job using that sword, kind of pointing them around. They seem kind of stuck at the... trying to find their way through the bottom.
I think they're stuck.
This can get super frustrating too, because you're like in your mind, you know what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go, and it's just like, no, I should be right here though.
I think they might have taken a wrong turn and gotten caught in the middle.
Yeah, unfortunately, without that mirror, unless they find a way to get themselves killed by the Dodongo or just dump their bombs, they're stuck. Like they're not going anywhere. There, I think they may have found it, or maybe they're not in the bottom. There it is, there it is, there it is, there it is. Yeah, there it is. Now they're at the bottom. Now go right. There, you got it.
There we go.
Yeah, it's that bottom part where you have to like go down, right, and then right back up. I don't think they were hitting that transition. Yeah, they've got it figured out. Now they just need to go up a little bit. This dark room, it can be so brutal.
Yeah, as soon as you lose your mental position, you really need to just stop and reassess a little bit and probably pull up the map.
another heart container, so that's a cleared out desert. Still looking for a coin.
Yep, we're starting to run out of locations.
Alright, Max, where do you want to go next? What sounds fun?
Well, do Nagina's cave first. You're right here.
I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right here. Do it. Also, sad face. If I'm Max, I go back to pod and finish it off now.
Yeah, and then head into Pyramid Ferry.
Yeah, Pyramid Ferry, because they've not checked the Pyramid or Catfish yet. There, they got through it. Great job, DJ, for not just tapping out on that. That was brutal. Yeah, DJ trying to blow themselves up with bombs. One bomb at a time, and then, yeah, there you go. Placing two bombs at once is just gonna not work for you. Oh, no!
Oh, that fairy he caught. Oops.
Who amongst us has not done such things? Where you set up that death warp, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I have a fairy. Crap.
Never ever. Promise. Cross my heart.
And the worst part for DJ here is they don't have enough bombs, so now they've got to either fight their way back out or get that Dodongo to kill them.
You have green mail. I'd try to find a Dodongo.
Yeah, yeah, but now you've got to try to do the maze backwards. And if you were uncomfortable with the maze before, this is not helping. I know it's super unfortunate, but I almost just think about saving quitting here. Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of burning a little time here, and you
I
can
think
get back to pod fairly easily.
I think they found it. Maybe? Oh, I thought they found it.
Well, they found someone to kill them. There we go. And no fairy this time. Max taking some more whacks at these dark turtles. And he's through.
TJ gets to start their Dark Turtle run. I'm a little surprised with that fire rod. You just didn't try to light a torch. But they crushed through it so quickly, you can't argue that it was such a good run. Alright, Helma. Red mail. 7 more hearts than they had. Bring it.
Better sword, too.
Yeah, much better sword, for sure. Nice, there you go.
Revenge has been taken.
All I could think is if that was Quake, I would have felt real. If I had felt real bad for Max, like, dang it.
Yeah, I would have too. Like, he was right there. Helma just cheated with that tail swing. Including back to house instead of going through that pod maze area again. Reasonable, I think.
But you just come right down to the bomb shop here, so...
Yeah.
DJ run into a little bit of trouble down in the basement, unfortunately. To start this trek through again.
Yeah, the basement in the dark can be a problem. So, Pyramid Fairy have our coin?
Nah. But as we said, I mean, there's not much left. Like, we're getting to some stupid points now.
Purple chest?
Like I say, I was just thinking about it. There's not much left. It might be here, yeah. Nice B again. Nope.
So now we have 2 B bottles. Well, we had 2 B bottles. Ooh, blue goo.
Giving out blues. We'll go ahead and stay here for another, I think. So what do we have? We have the items that are left in Ice Palace that we don't know about. There's one item in Skullwoods. There's the purple chest. And Spike Cave. Which was in Logic when Max was on... Well, not in Logic because lamp things. But was doable when Max was on the mountain.
Yeah, I don't blame him for skipping it, though. That's an annoying check.
Oh, great shot from chat there. We haven't seen Bumper Ledge that we are aware of either.
Oh, and Graveyard Ledge, too.
Yep, great call.
So I think if I'm Max, I'm actually sweeping down from... Or not. Okay.
No, I think... Yeah, I see your point. You could just cross the river and get Graveyard Ledge right here.
I don't think it's that much longer than doing it from Village.
Yeah, it just depends what you want to start with. You know, if you want to go into Skullwoods first, or if you want to do that check first, or, you know what I mean? But this is definitely... if there's a density area left for Max, this is definitely it. DJ running into some more problems in Dark Basement in Pod and decided to tap out and try something different. This will probably be their venture to the mountain now.
Or not. So if Max starts with the front of Skull, he might find that medallion, because there's one item and we know it's in the front.
Lamp.
Lamp could also be in one of the 2 remaining checks in Ice.
Yep. That's where I think it is, but it could just be in Skullwoods, too.
True.
There you go. That first time they weren't back just far enough behind the line, they got it on that second one. Tell you what, Angry Pants, unfortunately, some people who aren't in the Mentor tournament still can't do the spin setup for that. We just go backwards and hope we hit it.
No, Lamp can't be in TR because our ability to get Flute, which is not our logical mountain access, was in Swamp, which required the mirror, which was on mountain.
Yep, that's absolutely correct. The mirror's on the mountain, and the flute was behind the mirror. So Lamp has to be access to the mountain.
Oh, I guess DJ didn't get this chest under the bridge. I thought he had. Well, Mac's about to get his worthless green pendant and his 50 bucks. There we go. Moth down.
Yeah, Moth a little more rambunctious for Max, but they're able to finish him off.
Yeah, green pendant is just a piece of heart. Skullwood's continuing to draw it out.
Of course, pinball room.
You're kidding me. That's hilarious.
Enjoy your arrows or whatever's here.
Single rupee?
Close.
Close. 50 rupees. Nice hook clip on Max's side. Okay, here's going to be bumper ledge and graveyard.
Nice boots.
Nice.
What a depressing place for the boots to be. If this was a non-boot scene. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that would have been pretty disgusting, especially considering where the cape was. DJ going for purple chest.
Rando doing rando things. The start of the scene was so stacked. We had Dark World access in like less than 10 minutes. And now we're just dragging out this medallion hunt.
Well, I mean, that's about what chat predicted. Here's Max turning in his green pendant. Maybe? red rupee on purple chest, so...
It's Ice
All
Palace
right.
then? Is that what's left, is Ice Palace?
Yeah.
That's vile. That's so bad for DJ.
That is super disgusting.
So...
You have 3 items in ice, or you have 1 item in Spike Cave.
Oh yeah, Spike
And
Cave. I was like, hold on, there's gotta be something else. Yeah. Yeah, it's a proxy. That's something that's gonna lean to it could be in here. Book, book, shovel, powder, mushroom, yada yada yada.
Chat really trying to curse our runners here.
This is already cursed.
Oh right, we do have the big chest of Tower of Hera. I forgot about that one.
Oh, there is an item in Hera. That's gross too.
Yep.
Yeah, shout out to chat. Totally forgot that.
I even asked you about that one if you'd come back to it.
No, I still wouldn't have. Nope.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think I would have either. I see our restreamer is out here being especially evil. Please give the longest fetch quest. Why do you want to curse our runners with a fetch quest chain?
Might as well go all in at this point, right?
Yeah, fair.
It builds character.
Nice icebreaker on Max's side. Time for him to get his 2 dungeon items.
I think there are 2 items. No, there's just 1 left in here. That we haven't seen. It's whatever's in the big chest. Well, yeah.
We didn't kill Cold Stare, and I think we only saw 1 item.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Because this is a small cube, I remember.
Yeah, this one's a small key. And the big key is, I think, over in...
It's an iced tea.
Ice.
Yeah, it's an iced tea. So, when DJ was in here, they got their big key. They went back up into this room, and what they should have done is gone up from the iced tea room and then bumped back across into the freezer room to be able to go get the big chest item. And then they unfortunately, the anti-fairy had done so much damage and eaten their magic, they just couldn't finish off the dungeon at that point.
Yeah. Ice plus anti-fairy, no fun.
Yeah, so Max, having not hit the switch, can just walk back across over to this room. There it is.
There
Goodbye.
it is.
So then the boss has lamp? Because it can't be on the mountain.
I think the boss has to have lamp. I am blanking on anything else that could be down here off the mountain. That's disgusting.
Yeah, that is go mode for Max. They will just blitz through the rest of this thing now. That is so bad for DJ, because that's the last location now, for sure. And they're going to get plenty of things to do on this mountain with getting the mirror, and then that mirror going to be leading into even more with the flute in Swamp.
Deadrock's out here trying to make Max take a break. So there is absolutely nothing that Max can get here that would be of any improvement. So obviously that means Big Key has to be in Lava Chest, right?
Hold on. Let me tell you about our Lord and Savior Half Magic.
This late in the seed?
Any time in a seed. That could be in Validation Chest and it would be worth it. Hold on.
Yeah, that's fair. You questing for powder too?
No. No, for sure. I mean, if you're in Max's shoes, you're doing as little as possible to hammer through the rest of this. You're not opening anything. You don't have to. As you were saying, TR can sometimes be a little linear in that regard. If it's in, nice.
Never mind.
If it's in Lava Chest and you have to open it, it kind of sucks. But in this case, it's great. You know, they'll be able to just steal the Poke Key and move on.
Yeah, that's about the best start of TR that you can get.
Yeah, to echo chat too, Max has got 2 blues on him at least. So potion-wise, safety-wise, they're in great shape.
Yeah, and with red mail, 14 hearts, butter swords, silvers, there's not much that can stop him at this point. Chain Chops might have a fighting chance. I cursed him.
That same Chain Chomp had eaten that block twice now.
There we go.
My brother, you got a boomerang. Just whip that thing up there. Haha, powder.
Well, just in time for the anti-fairy that's in the next room.
They're probably thinking I ain't heard no bell. Man, they were giving him the business.
Yeah, if he listens back to that, he's probably going to be cursing me.
As we were talking about DJ grabbing that Samara and that mirror off the mountain is going to head into Swamp. This is the next crystal progression. Makes a lot of sense. They'll get their flute out of here, which will probably lead right to Desert.
Yeah, there's not many other options on where to go. Meanwhile, Max is making quite nice progress through Turtle Rock. And another heart.
Oops.
Always lovely when that... Oh, maybe that was on purpose.
Okay, nice route. I've never seen that.
I mean, if you know that direction.
I have never seen a runner do that. That was actually kind of cool. Nice small key on top, by the way.
First chest, and now we can just go beat Trinex.
I'm not sure in the grand schemes of things that was faster. It may be, but that was pretty clever.
Yeah, especially if that fall was, you know, accidental, like it probably was.
I don't
but-
know. That looked pretty academic how they routed that. That seemed planned. You didn't do that on accident and just magically hit that route. They knew exactly what they were doing.
True. It was well done either way. And it skips out on those 2 fire bars.
Yeah. I liked that. That was pretty cool.
Well, chat's saying that that is indeed how he normally does it. So, well done. And while I looked away, Trinex disappeared.
Yeah, absolutely precision fight there. Gold Sword just making a mockery of Trinex. And that is crystal number 7. You know what that means.
Get your guesses in chat and say where you want that big key to be.
It is time.
Chat starting off strong with the tile room guess.
Be blessed.
So, Talon, where do you think it'll be today?
4.
4? Alright.
I always say 4. I have no reason behind it. It will not be in double fire bar. That's all that really matters.
I'll go with 12 today.
So, with a pretty disgusting spot for that Quake, but overall, I would say Max has had really good routing. And not just good routing, but also just confident decisions. I am going to do this, and then just immediately charging at it. I am going to do this next, and just immediately charging at it. So they've been very focused in their attack in this scene in general. And even with a bad medallion, do you feel like they're nervous at this point? Do they feel behind? Or do you feel like they're confident, hey, I feel like I've got a good handle on this?
Yeah, I'd say that considering how cleanly he routed, I think in his shoes I would be fairly confident.
Echoing chat, they always feel behind. That's every runner. Every rando runner always feels behind. That's kind of the prerequisite. Yeah, I there's probably obviously nerves, with a mentee and learning it, and trying to get experience in the game. There's that pressure. You have your mentor kind of like in your ear, and you want to do well for them as well. So there's probably a feeling of, oh man, I hope I'm doing well. But yeah, I hope they feel confident in their choices because they've acted and run confidently, and it has shown.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Get
Ah,
wrecked,
there's
book.
the book.
Oh, almost. It's 5.
Yeah, if they'd done the normal route in that room, it would have been 3.
No one said 5. If no one guesses, I guess that makes the tracker the winner, so GG hacking, well done. DJ choosing to make the same choice that Max did, going back in here for the rest of Swamp Palace, trying to dig out the last of their items.
Won't find anything, but considering all of the nothingness that the rest of the seed has had, I don't blame him.
Well, and that's the thing, too. DJ did the Smith chain without K45. Max never did. So they have even less options than Max would have this particular section. Outside of doing Mire Desert area, and then going into Mire, which can't happen because of Quake. Like, they don't have a ton left that isn't going back into Ice Palace and or going back to beat Helma.
Yeah, and if boss is Lamp like we've said, then he's probably thinking that, there's going to be nothing but trash other than Lamp in there. So why go back? Max making absolutely quick work of this gauntlet.
Yeah, very efficient gauntlet. We know they're still sitting on 1 blue, so magic-wise, they're in great shape, too.
Yeah. Nice land mows too. DJ about to get his vanilla big key.
Oh, great. Thanks, game.
Absolutely wonderful. Hey, at least you don't have to do that for the hook shot this seed.
That's a little too much vanilla for my rando, thank you. Anything vanilla in rando feels terrible.
French vanilla fire rod anyway? Anyone?
Yeah, no, terrible. Cane is, in my opinion, cane is the worst vanilla or French vanilla item. That feels so bad.
It really does.
Yeah, Max just cruising up this climb. Great job with the constant motion, efficient movements, you know, hitting the torches, you know, in a quick manner, hitting those whiz rope rooms very well. Remembering you need a key, great job.
Yep. It's doing real good on this climb.
Shout out to whatever developer of this game made that room. Really appreciate that. Nice basic refill room.
Oh, Moldorm getting revenge for that first kill.
Alright, DJ activating their flute. Getting the bird. Would guess we'll see them head to the Desert Mire area.
Yeah, there's not many other options for him right now.
Max. Max, you're breaking my heart. Open that chest.
Nice, clean, terrible room there.
That room is an Enemizer special. You wanna feel real bad. Dash to that room with all the nonsense that can be in there with Enemizer.
Or don't dash and get grabbed by a hand.
You bet. Nice double there.
3 hits. 4 in a blue ball.
There's a nice double. 1-2, 1-2. Down goes Aga. Out comes the pig, and off we go.
DJ's over here in the desert area, just like we expected. Nice use of the cape to just get all those hits in. Phase 3 of Ganon now. These warps haven't been bad at all. Now watch me have cursed him
I'm
again.
stuck in. Here we go. Just 4. No big deal.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. I was expecting like 8 or something. Nice first hit.
It's a terrible place for them to warp to. Double here, maybe. Oh, almost tried for the triple.
Just missed it.
Yeah, I like that patience to wait for both of them to go out so you can just get it one time, and there it is. Get your GGs in chat for max2d gaming. Gonna cross the bridge and take this race.
Yep, well done. Especially that climb in the Ganon fight. Very nice and clean there.
And there we are with official race time .gg time of 1:39:34. GG's. We'll see if they want to come hang out for an interview shortly. As DJ continues their trounce through desert.
Yep, he's doing a good job getting through this pretty easily. Nice.
There you go. Put no silver skin use.
If you have them, use them. So if you're DJ, where do you go next?
Yeah, unfortunately for DJ, everything's kind of a one-off now, right? I mean, there's Hera they can go up and finish. There's Pod that they can do. They can go back to Ice, but that's kind of like that's kind of it. They've done all the one-off stuff. Hey, and let's welcome Max into the chat room. GG.
Thank you.
All right, give us your first impression. How did it go?
So I did say, at one point I wanted to go hit Ice Palace like way early, probably, I don't know, 10 minutes earlier than we did. And we just decided to route kind of cluster in some of the things they were doing. But the seed overall, I felt like it went pretty good. I was very upset over the Helmasaur in Palace of Darkness my first time, and I had to get over that though.
Yeah, you did really great smashing through those dark rooms, especially in that Dark Turtle room. You had the Fire Rod. You could have potentially tried to light a torch. Instead, just trusted what you knew. You know, did the hammer again, spin, knocked 3 out real quick and was able to chase the other ones down. It kind of felt like an injustice when Helma just peeked you with that tail, because you really kind of smashed through the hard stuff just for him to kind of cheat you.
I know. I was like, man, okay. But I was just like, what I told Gumby was that basically if that happened, if we took the hit and then we did it, we're just going to go on and do other stuff, because we'd come back and just go right through it again, and which is what we did.
So the biggest divergence in this really came down to, after going through the Dark World and going through Thieves Town, ignoring Skullwoods, I like that, by the way, routing up, and then you kind of, I think that's when you went to Pod. DJ decided to try to find the logic and went to Ice Palace right away. And you were like, logic is lame, I'm going to the mountain. Which put you on the progression to, it gave you the mirror in Samaria, which immediately led to your flute, which led to your Desert Mire, and eventually pushed you to where you needed to go because you knew the medallion that you needed. And DJ had a really unfortunate interaction with a couple anti-fairs that just drained their magic to the point where they couldn't finish off the dungeon and couldn't get back because they had hit the switch, whereas you hadn't, so they couldn't get back to the big chest either.
Okay. Okay, I gotcha.
Oh yeah, you have to. And so that's kind of like where the divergence really started.
I was so I like to do. I just felt like everything that we were doing, I was kind of in the feeling zone, just kind of just knocking things off one at a time. And about the only thing that I wish I could take back is that Palace of Darkness, because that Palace of Darkness that first time, I just kind of feel like we would have had a little bit of better of a time if it would have knocked that out. But other than that, it was a really good seed.
Yeah, we were definitely pointing out there was a lot of the decisions that you were making were made with what I saw anyway was what I consider to be a lot of confidence, right? This is what I'm going to do next, and I'm going to run right into it, and I'm going to give everything I have. This is what I'm going to do next. There wasn't anything that suggested indecision or him-hawing or maybe I'm nervous to do this. It was, this is what I'm doing next, and I'm going to do it at a good level. And you did, and you just kept smashing, And it showed. It was a lot of good execution.
Appreciate that.
So the next best question is, hey, where's your lamp? Because that thing hard locked the scene logically.
I honestly don't know. I was just at this point, I was like, you know what? We're doing this lampless. I don't even care. We find it. We find it.
We're 99% sure it has to be cold stare. There's nothing left.
Yeah, that can make sense.
Which is just dumb.
Evil.
It's so bad.
Yeah, some of the logic in that seed was exciting.
I know that coming up to one of the things that we had kind of talked about was doing Thieves Town like so early with low resources, but like you said earlier, I kind of wanted to see, because I was kind of disappointed with the first 2 rounds, the 2 first losses. I felt like they came just so close. I was like, anything that I can do to kind of give an edge to this, because I was really, really wanting to get just as many things cleared as quickly as possible. It didn't matter if it was going to be a 4-heart, blind or 5-heart blind or whatever it was. I just wanted to get it done and get it done now.
Yeah, and you did really well in that dungeon for how low equipment you had there.
So I want to ask, because I was genuinely impressed, because I've never seen it before, but tell me about your dark TR.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was a cool. That was a nifty little way you did it. Like, I've never seen that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's just basically, just going in and immediately as soon as you do I call it a lily pad. I know it's not. I don't know what you call that. Going in and laying that down, going down and right immediately, then just hearing the switch, falling off, do it again, go left, and then as you're going down that curve, you're about to hit that first fireball. Just hold up and then left, and then you go right down to where you need to go. And I play a lot of enemizers. That's like my main like bread and butters, like enemizer, boss shuffle, and stuff like that. We call it the Lord Seed because it's one of our good friends. That's what he created. And basically it's a lot harder to do that when you don't have those fireballs because I use those as guides to kind of get through that maze area right there. But I was able to get it the first try this time. Sometimes it takes me 2 tries.
Yeah, Enemizer, a runner of culture, I
see. Yeah, it's something.
It's so good. Enemizer is the best.
I agree. It's taken me a little bit of time to adjust to vanilla enemies and all that stuff, but it's actually, once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad.
So we're watching DJ kind of mop up their one-offs that are left. They did a lot of the chain stuff. They've done Smith Chain and all that craziness. Like I said, they've already dipped into Ice Palace, so that's kind of unfortunately become a last location because why would you ever want to go back?
Yeah, that one's not going to feel too good.
Yeah, especially considering how early they were in there. I don't know that it changes the outcome of this race. But they would be in go mode at this point, and they would have been in go mode as soon as they got that flute. So they had been there for quite a bit.
There we go. Looks like DJ was learning the bread pot on the fly. Very nicely done, too.
Yeah, one of the decisions that we had made, we decided really early on in Hera to kind of skip the back room. And when I was in Ice Palace, Gumby was like, I'm going to feel so bad right now if Quake is in the back of Tower of Hera, because he was like, we're going to go ahead and skip this because we'll come back another time. And I'm like, are you sure? Because we're right here. And he was telling me right before I got Quake, he was like, I'm going to feel so bad if this item is in the back of Hera, and it wasn't. And I was like, all right, we're good. Let's get out of here.
Yeah,
go ahead.
We were discussing that and brought it up a little bit.
Yeah, you absolutely made the right call, especially with the other things that you found on the mountain opening up so much. That progression that you needed, especially swamp. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, I think almost everyone would have made the same choice.
So Max, you're through 3 weeks of the mentor tournament now. You've had some races under your belt. You've worked with some of your mentors. Um, Give us your impression of like the mentor process overall. What do you like? What do you feel like's really helped you?
Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought I knew a lot about randomizer coming into here. I have probably close to 10,000 hours. I know nothing about this game. I am amazed at every week I've learned from Specs. I've learned from Gumby and Phil. I had last week. I've learned every week something new. More efficient routing, lines with the boots. Just like the amount of knowledge that is in this game blows my mind. And even though I say, in my streams all the time, always saying, if you're not learning, then, what's the point? But I thought I knew a lot more. So it's been very humbling. But it's fantastic because all this stuff, because I've learned all the other things, I'm able to absorb a little bit quicker than probably, people fresh out. I've had just, a lot of nerves coming into it, but the way that everybody's been so welcoming and friendly and just kind of gently guiding in certain times on the things to do. It's been a very fantastic experience, and I'm very grateful to be here. I'm very grateful to do this and kind of put me kind of where I think I am and where I really am, kind of two different places. But just the amount of knowledge has been fantastic, and I feel like a much better runner just on week 3. I feel like tonight's run for sure didn't feel like I had quite as many like bonks and taking unnecessary damage, or I think I took like 1 or 2 deaths. I know I did, the helmet sword death, and then I had the death on purpose to get back to the beginning of Palace of Darkness. But I'm just very grateful for the opportunity, and again, I can't wait to just see where we are a year from now.
Yeah, the mentor program that's been put together over here is such a godsend, especially for newer runners. Just breaking them in, because a lot of times that first step is the one is literally the hardest, and it sounds cliche, but it's so true. Just having the courage to get started and meet the people and get in and make your mistakes and do poorly and finish last in a race and all those things. You start getting past those obstacles and stumbling blocks, and then you start connecting with people who've played this game and they want to help you and they want to encourage you, and all of a sudden it's not such a bad experience anymore, and the learning comes and the fun comes, and then you get that first win, and it's incredible. And the program that's been put on by this group is invaluable. So I'm so glad, and every time I talk to a mentee, it never fails to happen coming into league, where there'll be a couple teams in the open league of mentees who went through the program together and who wanted to get together and make a team. It's great. It's exactly what this community needs, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, especially as another mentee myself. This has been great fun, and as Max said, I've been learning a lot here.
So TJ decided to make the run into Ice Palace. Unfortunately, it's completely out of magic. So we'll see if they want to go over it. Yeah, top over a few bottles.
I don't think DJ has much left besides ice.
Yeah, they have the Helmet Kill, and that's it. I believe.
Yeah, because they died trying to get to Helma, but they got everything else, so.
Yeah, their dark room got beaten up by those turtles pretty bad. If I've got the fire rod and I like going into to Dark Turtles, as soon as you hear the door close when you walk into the tunnel room, you walk right 3 steps, point down, and fire the fire rod. You'll be right on the torch.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing that dark if I don't have to. I'm too lazy for that.
Those turtles can be very, very mean.
Yeah,
Yes,
with
they
blue
can.
male locked in desert and the red male locked up in somewhere. I already forgot.
I don't remember where that was.
Somewhere. Yeah, going in there green, like that's a rough room.
Yeah, no matter how many hearts you have, those turtles can just start bullying you. Well, DJ's back in ice to get a rematch going on with this dungeon.
Yeah, having already
think
been to Ice Tea and has the Big Key, we'll be able to just get it on the way.
Do you think he'll go all the way down to Cold Stare to see if Cold has the lamp?
Maybe?
Considering he's been having some problems with dark rooms, I think at this point you just say heck it and just try and see that if it is there. If it makes things more comfortable for you, get it.
I will say I don't remember the last time I played and the lamp was that hidden.
Yeah, if it is here on Cold Stare, that is a really mean seed.
Yeah, it might just be recency bias for me, but I feel like the lamp likes to hide in Ice Palace, but I've rarely seen it on Cold Stare.
Well, here'll be DJ's Quake. Well, looks like we'll be seeing what's on Cold Stare. Maybe?
I wonder if that was something from the inventory that was saying, hey, you technically are in go mode. And they're like, no. Also, I think the lamp has to be here. They're maybe like, well, I'll just go get it then.
Or it might have been trying to remember if they went through the rest of the chests. It's been a while since he's been in here.
There's two. Oh, of course it's going to stop and go the other way. Sure. There you go.
Yeah, Cold Stare just likes
Show me
to
the lamp! Yep.
What?
Oh, that's mean.
That is vile.
Having to do Cold Stare for the lamp. Absolutely disgusting. Well, now DJ just needs to clean up Pod and then clean up TR. Alright, should be a real quick trip back to Helmasaur.
I think if we had to summarize DJ's kind of adventure so far through this scene, it really has come down to an adventure in Dark Rooms. They've really just kind of crippled him pretty hard, especially on Pod. Blind being blind, you know, you get off script and that fight can get out of hand. That's whatever. But they made the right choice to chase the logic into Ice Palace, not knowing it was for Quake at the time, but chasing the logic that would have been the lamp for the mountain and everything else. And had they been able to get through that without that and a fairy chipping at their magic, this may have been a completely different scene, because they get through Pod in one try, having the lamp most likely. They head up to the mountain to get all their stuff, and their go mode is the flute and swamp, so they don't have to clear out anything in desert. They don't do some of the silly stuff with the smith chain, which ended up being nothing, which, good ideas, just unfortunately not the right choice this time. It's really interesting what would have happened.
Yeah, that inability to get to Cold Stare and finish him off, and to get that Quake in the big chest because of the routing, just really kind of messed him up a little bit. DJ, you have gold sword, just swipe. These turtles die to gold easy.
Yeah, sword beams are annoying though.
Here's Helma.
Smash to the face. And one silver arrow.
There's Helma down. T-Rock to go. Dead Rock's playing pretty nice for DJ. So Max, how about that Dead Rock getting you?
Oh man, that was funny. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, just kind of casually blocks your way, and then you jump down right into the middle of it, and then can't move.
That'll be a clip. It's gotta be. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I was really surprised when you jumped down and just got stuck there. I know it can happen, but I haven't seen it very often.
Yeah, I was I wasn't even yelling or anything. I was just kind of like laughing. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, at that point you just have to kind of go, okay, really? Really? We're doing this?
I don't know which one of the I don't know if it's the dead rocks or the yellow yarn balls or the anti fairies. I just don't really know which one of those like 4 or 5 enemies just annoy me the most.
Oh, I know how you feel about that. There are some real obnoxious enemies in this game. DJ getting the good news that he won't need to do lava chest. Also, if you watch this back, Max, I am very sorry for cursing you in Chain Chomps.
Okay. Oh, I'm definitely gonna watch it back. I'm definitely gonna watch it back. I'm obsessed with how I do things and getting my timing right and everything, so I'm excited.
Yeah, I basically said something to the effect that he's making good time through the dungeon, and you know, with red mail, nothing really hurts. And then I was like, well, the chain chomps could maybe prove a challenge. And then that one chomp just really had it out for that block.
Yeah, he did. He ate it and almost took me down. I was like, oh boy, here we go.
I think he ate it twice.
Yeah, I know. And that's when I was like, I'm gonna have to get off that strategy because it's not working.
And how'd you feel after getting the powder right after all that damage?
I actually felt pretty good about it because I was like, I already knew. I was like, when we get to that one room, I'm gonna powder all those fairy or the anti fairies. I was feeling pretty good about it. 'Cause I was like, all that, all that built up aggression they took out on me. I just went and got all my health back. I was like, I appreciate it. It was kind of like a nice gesture from them.
Yeah, they just wanted a little nibble before giving you a chance to get back. They were hungry today. DJ attempting to burn down the Popo, or the Hokuboku, and hitting the skull instead. Floating Skull just decided to play goalie for him. There is a small magic in that room, I believe. I think it's the bottom left pot. Nice use of hookshot strats to get through this room without taking damage. So Max, we have a question from chat for you. How long have you been playing Link to the Past Randomizer, and how did you discover it?
So I discovered it in 2000, I think it was 15. I think I was watching a bunch of Andy races, and I'm pretty sure it was Andy. And the problem with watching Andy is that he makes it feel like the game is easy because of how good he is. So I started playing Randomizer in 2015, and was not very good at it. And just kind of put it down for a while, and then started streaming in 2023. And everybody in my chat was always like, "Well, you should play Randomizer." I'm like, "Yeah, I tried it a long time ago. I don't really care for it. I just want to play, NMG or whatever." And finally, uh, just started playing it, and then I didn't realize like that the seeds, you can actually do the seeds to become beatable, which has been the struggle that I had before. Was like I'd always get locked out with certain things, and I just kind of got frustrated with it. But then once I realized that you could make the seeds beatable, is when I really kind of got addicted to it. And so yeah, I'd say 2023 is when I've kind of just realized that I can do a lot of the higher level things, and I just have pieced it together year by year. So 2023 was about just kind of grinding, and 2024 I focused on routing. Last year was more routing and just here and there. I had somebody in the community that I was working with, not constantly, but they would come in and we do like 2 or 3 hour practice sessions. And yeah, it wasn't until pretty much that Gumby came into my stream a few months ago and was like, "Are you going to enter the mentor tournament?" And I'm like, I was like, "I don't think so. I think I'm gonna skip on it." But he kept like just saying, "You should do it. You should do it." And finally, I caved into it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That it is. And I'm glad you're having fun here. There's Trinex down for DJ. Well done there. So, Chad is also asking, how many hours you've had in this?
Oh man, it's a rough estimate. It's got to be. I think my wife at one point when she looked at her watch time in one of my streams, I don't even think that she was in every stream, and I want to say like 1900 was like one. I mean, it's like I don't know, because I started playing. If you do like an accumulative time of like Link to the Past overall, like from when it came out in '91. It's got to be. I mean, it's in the thousands. I just put like 10,000 on it. It could be. It's somewhere in that area. I mean, it's unhealthy. It really is unhealthy. Um,
Not unhealthy if you're having fun and you're remembering to keep track of everything else that in your life.
and to hydrate.
And to hydrate. Please remember to hydrate, chat.
But it's incredible though, because you know, I'm gonna be 100% honest. If it weren't for a lot of the community members that come in, and you meet so many different people, you meet people that are just, they push you forward and like tell you, hey, you had a bad seed or you had a bad game. It's okay. You'll get the next one. Just like there's so many people, so many positive people that just all they want to do is to see the best out of everybody. And especially with this community that I've been, everybody in this community that I've dealt with has just been, don't worry about this one. You'll get the next one. Don't worry about it. It happens to everybody, and, I've even seen, I watched one of Andy's races the other day, and I think he took a death to a crab, and it completely threw him off the wrong path. And I'm like, if he's making those kind of mistakes, then anybody, can make those mistakes. And it's just realizing that you're not defined by like one race or one moment. It's like you just have to keep pushing forward because you're getting better every time you keep playing.
Yep. If there's one thing I've learned by watching an unhealthy amount of league and tournaments and everything else, it's that even the best runners do some real messed up things sometimes and pay for it. Because sometimes the seed just says no.
That it does.
Like today with that lamp. The seed just said no.
Yeah, we wrote it off real early. I was like, we're just not even gonna bother. If we find it, we find it. Hidden behind cold stare. That's insane.
Yeah, the logic was pretty disgusting in this one. Yeah, chat bringing up that DJ has decided to do left side of GT instead of going right, so it's going to be a bit till he gets his big key.
And I'll go ahead and give Gumby credit for that, because I said I'm going to get the 2 chests on the right and then I'm going left, and Gumby said, no, you're not. You're going to get the small key and you're going to go right. And I said, but that's not what I like to do. And then I got the big key and he's like, see, told you. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Chat bringing up the EP anti-fairy switch. That was a fun time.
I'm trying to think, what is that? I'm sorry. Oh,
It's the big key chest that has the anti-fairies circling the pot.
I'm trying to think.
The one in Eastern Palace that that the anti-fairs are going around. You lifted that. You lifted that pot, but for whatever reason, just could not hit the switch between that Igor and the fairies. So I apologize. I'm back.
No, it's like yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and probably clip that as well, because that was pretty insane. I was actually asking him, I'm like, I don't understand, like, why is the button not hitting? And then he's like, just clear the room, and I was like, all right, because I got a full magic out of it. So I was like, okay.
Ooh, a green goo for DJ. Let's see if there's anything behind Ice Armos. I think we're also narrowing down where half magic could be in the seed.
Let's talk about how early we got the silver arrows, though. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, first. Oh, there's shovel. Nice. First bow in, was it the uncle chest? And then second bow in bonk rocks right away.
I'm not complaining. I was happy.
Yeah. And then you didn't get the sword super early, but DJ was pretty quick to those swords in Eastern.
Yeah, because, well, it was the shed outside had one, right? And I think Eastern had the other one.
Yeah.
And then we had the other one was in the abominable house in Dark Kakariko.
Yep.
Which I was like, after I beat Blonde, I was like, that would have been nice to have.
Yeah, Talon and I were discussing the fact that you went right away into Thieves Town instead of checking the 3 chests around it, and we were commenting that, you know, there wasn't that much that could make Thieves Town better for you, considering what you had. And then DJ found that sword before he went into Thieves.
Yep, and Gumby was telling me, he said, just clean up Dark Kakariko. I'm like, nope, I want to go ahead and get this crystal, because I think it was like 12 minutes in. I was like, I want to have a crystal 12 minutes in. I want that like confidence boost before. And of course, and I was like, well, that would have been nice to have in Thieves Town. You were right this time, Gumby. Okay, I got you. I should have listened to you. I gave him his props. I was like, yeah, I should have listened to you, man.
Sometimes our mentors actually know things. It's like they've done this a lot. So DJ's about to go get his big key. So why did you pick that ordering of chests in Compass Room like that?
In Compass Room. In GT?
Yes.
You're talking about doing like those at the bottom right, then the bottom left, and then top right?
Yeah.
I don't have any. I have no idea. I'll be honest with you. I get confused as to which one does the switch or whatever. Which I think I got it. Did I get it right that time? I think I
Yes.
got it right to where the switch. Normally, I end up doing the top left. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I always forget, and then it always gets me. And so I was just trying not to hit that switch, whatever that star switch or whatever that thing is.
Yeah, the top left chest always triggers the holes. So the normal route through that room is top right, bottom left, top left.
I just have one thing to say. Okay,
Yes.
I'm max2d gaming. I do things by feelings.
Absolutely fair. Absolutely fair.
My favorite move to do in Ganon's Tower actually is to bonk the candlestick, and if there's something on it, and then I'll go right, and then I kind of just got to decide from there. But Gumby's trying to rein me in from doing that because that's kind of like when it works, it works. When it doesn't, it doesn't. So Gumby's trying to like unwind some, I guess we call them like TikTok bad habits, because I like to do some of the things that don't really make a lot of sense to kind of, if it works, great, it's flashy, but that's part of the process that I've had to do is kind of unwind some really bad habits and really bad, like flashy things that when they pay off, it's great, but when they don't, they don't. So that's one of the things I've had to learn is kind of unwind some really bad behaviors.
Yep. Well, you have time to learn. He's Stalfos in this room, giving DJ a little bit of trouble here. I hate the way they hop. It's very annoying. Yeah, chat bringing up that there's a difference between casual fun play and racing play, and there really is. Like, if you want to do racing strats only in races, so long as you keep that in mind, I think that's perfectly fine.
The thing that I'm trying to work on is that even though I can tell you that I have a big number played in the game, how much of that is actually like putting in work to get better. So, talking to Angry Pants, he's been DMing me a lot. And we've been kind of just going back and forth. He's been very helpful. And, he's like, you play a lot, but how much of that's actually been spent like doing rooms over and over again? I'm like, not much. So, and that's what's been really helpful. I've done a practice session every week with, the mentors, and they give me notes, and then I'll sit there and try to tackle some of the things that are with it. So yeah. And if I want to get more serious about this, getting out of those casual behaviors and focusing on what I have to focus on is very important. So hopefully I can just keep working in that direction.
Well, I think you're making good progress. Your dark rooms were really nice this run. Your GT climb was really nice this run.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I'd have to concur with that. I feel like you have a very strong base foundation, and you're already starting to build in some very specific spots that are showing progress and growth. So you only have up to go, and you've already got a strong start. And like you were saying with Gumby, especially, in Mr. Angry Pants, making those connections in the community and relying on those people to give you the advice or show you the things or say the things that need to be heard. Hey, if how much of the time has it spent actually grinding on this rather than just playing? It makes a difference, but those are the things that make runners better. It's iron sharpens iron for sure.
I'm grateful because it's been an experience. It's been a lot of fun.
So we've got DJ stepping into the Moldorm 2 fight. There we go.
Yeah, very
Oh.
smart. Great strategy there, especially with Moldorm. You'll see this a lot too, like in the original Moldorm fight when he goes in rage. Sticking your sword out and putting your back against that pit, so when that head comes at you, just walking toward it with your sword extended will tink off that hard part, but will keep you on the ledge, and then as his body catches up, you can just poke that tail for the last hit. So very smart heads-up play there to stay on the ledge and not take the fall.
Nicely done last room. Here's Aga. There's one.
Nice double there. I don't
Yeah,
think
that was
I don't think that
probably
last
just
one
a
counted.
double.
Yeah, I don't think that last one counted, unfortunately.
There's a single there.
There you go, nice double there at the end. That would have been a triple if he needed one more. I think he had the lineup.
Yeah, he did.
DJ taking a stock of what's in their potions. Maybe running down here. Maybe to capture this fairy. We saw them use this fairy earlier on the run too, so game knowledge, they definitely know this is here. Yeah, might just be stocking it in as a safety.
Yeah.
Nah.
But Fairy says no.
Fairies like hugs.
Fairies do like hugs, especially at inopportune moments when you'd like them to get in the bottle, please. Nice start to the Ganon fight, already on phase 2.
Yeah, trying to time those sword swings to sneak him in there to get around the fire bats. I think they got the 6 they needed. Oh, maybe not. I can count.
Very nice dodging of the fire bats, though.
Yeah, using that.
That always gets me.
Yeah, using the invulnerability from the hook shot is a great play there. But on to phase 3, plenty of life.
And that horrible first position.
Oh, gets cheated out of the second arrow there.
Yeah. Two hits. Three. One more to go.
And there it is.
Get your GGs in chat for DJ, finishing out this seed.
There we go. Finishing at a clean 2 hours and 30 minutes. Get your GGs in chat before DJ finishing this one off.
Well done.
Yeah, way to persevere, because there were some really frustrating points in that race. I guarantee it. A great way just to stick it out and be like, you know what, we're gonna, taking it as a learning opportunity. We're gonna finish this. We're gonna figure out the logic. We're gonna push through. So yeah, GG's to them. See if they want to come in and chat for a couple minutes. I think I see them in the green room.
Yep.
And there they are. Welcome to
Hey.
the booth. GG's.
Hey, thanks guys. How we doing?
Way to fight through that one.
I know, I had to push through there. Ugh.
So, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts were I need to do better. Nah, I just gotta work on my dark room, and I feel like I skipped around a little too much there. Ended up missing that. What did I miss? Lantern and Ice Palace, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the skipping around part, especially like with the Skullwoods play of going into the back and then saving and quitting and then coming back to it, yeah, it's kind of a routing thing. But what it really comes down to in this one was the dark rooms, especially in Pod, really gave you the business, unfortunately.
Yes, they did.
So we were talking to Max a little bit ago, but mainly the split in this scene really came from after that initial Dark World route. You went up to Catfish and then chose to chase the logic right into Ice Palace. The mountain is not in logic yet. The logic has to be somewhere. I'm going to go to Ice Palace. Whereas Max is like, logic is a crutch, and I'm just going to go to the mountain, assuming my logic is like the lamp or something and leads me up there. So you had actually made the right call going into Ice Palace to chase logic in that regard, at least from a logical perspective. And that anti-fairy stealing your magic right before was the ultimate sting in the neck, because it really just prevented you from finishing that dungeon off. And then it did turn out.
I forgot that happened, and I was right there and ready to go too. And then it was like, all right, me and the mentor were both like, screw it, we're done with that. Then let's move on.
And you didn't know at the time, but the Quake was also sitting there. So had you taken your big key and gone back and gotten the Quake at least, the hard progression that you needed at least would have been beneficial. But unfortunately, after that point, you chased it to Pod and then to Skull Woods and eventually got up to the mountain. But where you get your Mayor and your Samaria, which leads to your which would have been your go mode, not needing Quake at the time. So yeah, that was kind of the big divergence there.
Right on. All right. Well, thanks for sticking it out with me, guys. I appreciate it. And good game, Max.
No, great job. Yeah. That was a hard seed.
Yeah, I feel like I've been getting tough ones. Been giving me curveballs all week here, or all tournament here so far. I didn't even find the lamp in the last seed either.
I'll say this, and I don't know, Max, that we brought it up to you, so I'll do it here for both of you quickly. So you get through the escape sequence, and you get loaded up with some decent items, and you get into Kakariko sub 10 minutes, you both have Dark World access. Was there any part of either of you that was like, I'm going to stay in the Light World and do some South Shore density, or go beat Eastern? Both of you immediately like, nope, go into VU. Was there any other discussion maybe with your mentor that said, here's the other things we could do?
Yeah, mine kind of laid it out, and I was like, nah, let's go for it. Yeah.
I mean, it was in my mind, maybe. It was when we got Dark World access. I was like, yeah, we're going to, because I just knew in my head that Thieves Town was going to be a pendant. I called it. I was like, Thieves Town's going to be a pendant. It's going to be a pendant. And as soon as we mirrored or got over to the Dark World and it was a crystal, I was like, yep, that's where we're going. We're going there now.
Yeah, we talked
It
about
does.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Nope.
It does feel like Thieves Town has a tendency to be a pendant every time you get early, easy Dark World access.
Yeah, we were discussing at the time that there was no real wrong answer at that point. We just were wondering what was going through the runners' heads about what you could or couldn't do.
I think what was going through my head was way too many items, way too many checks, way too soon.
Oh yeah, getting that Dark World access so early just opens the entire world. And then where do you go? You could have every choice.
I think that's my major downfall with the randomizer stuff too, is I just start seeing things, at least when I'm on my own, and then I veer off onto, and then I end up having to double back, go back, and grab things. But pretty much like you saw for tonight on my end, so.
Yeah, Max, Talon and I were talking about this a little bit during the race, but you did make some very solid choices of, nope, I'm doing this, I'm following through with everything in this path, and I'm going to come back for other things later, which did you very nice in this seed.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, checking out. That's here.
All right, as we kind of get through the rest of the credits over here, start to try to wrap this up. Any final thoughts on this scene? Preparations for the next week, and I know this week is still in its middle point, so anything you're feeling or you're ready for in the next coming weeks?
I think just for me, hitting those dark rooms is going to be my main focus for the week. Leading up to the next race here, and then, yeah. That's all I got.
I'm just going to keep cleaning up the things that need to, just keep working on lines, and just keep learning the fastest route possible to take down enemies, like in the opening, and just anywhere where you can just save, seconds is what I'm going to be working on this week.
Perfect. Yeah, I think those are great answers. And yeah, just keep plugging away. It's a growing thing. The people at the top of this community are still learning and still grinding. So yeah, it's only going to get better. Yeah, as we got the screen up here for the upcoming matches coming up, we have a couple, one every night at least coming up for the next few days. So yeah, keep your eyes on the Go Mode podcast and the Go Mode podcast Twitch channel for the race. Support the runners, but also increase your own learning and understanding. Come in, talk, chat, ask the questions, and let's all learn and grow together. I want to shout out our tracker, Haiku, one more time. Fierce Prince, thank you so much for doing the restreaming. I am Talon116, Carson. I will give you the last word. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Talon, for calming with me. And thank you, runners, for putting on a good show for us. We'll see everyone in the next match.